Okay. Lakeisha, give me a shout. Let me know if you can't see it or if there's any issues, because you're my trusty assistant today. Okay, so obviously you can. I'll bring you in, Lakeisha, and until then, if you can be on video or you can mute yourself, whatever you want to do, it's all right. I'm going to crack on though, and just probably mute, but stay on video because it is quite nice to see our faces. Should be at the bottom right of everyone's screen. So we're going to be coming to Lakeisha towards the end of this. And we're going to be looking at some top seasonal tips that Lakeisha's got. And that's, like I say, coming at the end of the presentation. Lakeisha's just going to cover maybe 3 to 5 different tips for your business, how you can prepare yourself now that we're really starting to get closer to Christmas, and then what we can do going into the new year, how you can set up your marketing, basically. And it's all to do with setting smart objectives. So we'll be getting to that soon. Before that, though, I've got my coffee. I'm all set. Hope you guys are all set as well. And like I say, if you're watching this on recording, it's probably the evening now, but it's certainly an overcast day. It's a perfect day to do a webinar. And what we did last week was we were looking at e-commerce and how you can get your business maybe set up, ready to sell your services, your products on your website. Well, just to recap really quickly. Ask yourself, I suppose, are there ways for you to offer the value that you provide in your business in a different format on online channel? Can you offer what you're doing in a different format on an online channel, for example? And so just a couple of instances where we've seen this work really well. Recently, a restaurant might offer online ordering for pickup and delivery. So a restaurant that never operated online, never took payments online through their website, now can do that very easily, and might want to do that through pickup and delivery. Or a personal trainer, for example, might begin virtual training classes for clients. I think that's always a good one, and that's always one that can be used in other businesses. If you may not be a personal trainer, but you might be, I don't know, a solicitor, someone that advises people. Well, can you do virtual training in via Zoom, for example, or Skype or anything like that, or via your website? I mean, certainly with InfoServe websites, we have a Zoom widget that you can drag and drop into your website and start doing Zoom within your website. It's very, very easy. So for everyone that's got an InfoServe website, in the widgets, you can drag in a Zoom widget and start taking and doing online virtual classes for your clients. So it might not be a personal trainer. It could be anything. It could be an artist. We've seen really good success with artists hosting YouTube live streams, and they're teaching classes through YouTube. And that leads me to YouTube. YouTube is proving to be really powerful and successful for many of our businesses. So obviously these webinars are free. We're helping small business owners at the moment during this challenging time. But obviously on a day-to-day basis, we partner with, we've got hundreds, we've got thousands of small business owners in the UK, growing businesses. And we partner with those businesses and we help them on a day-to-day basis with things like YouTube. So we help them set up classes. We help them do the live stream. We help them get the YouTube channel set up, Google all set up, and we help them target audiences through those platforms as well. And we've seen a lot of great success with that. And so on that note, we've been doing this with our clients for 6 months now. And so on that, I wanted to kind of introduce that to the audience today and see what you guys think of going down this channel. Many of you, I think every business watching this webinar can take advantage of YouTube and reap some big benefits from it. I mean, like I said, we've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it with everything from wedding venues to solicitors to accountants, builders, plumbers, B&Bs, self-catering accommodation, wedding photographers, every different type of industry that we work with. I've seen them all benefit from YouTube. And it started by just simply creating a YouTube channel, and it's free. You can create a YouTube channel for free, and you can do that today. And that will be the best possible start that you can make. And so, I wanted to introduce this idea to you guys. Like I say, we've been trialing this for a bit of time now, and it works really well. It works for every business. We haven't found a business that this hasn't worked for. So something to consider. And it's all about, using YouTube to create videos to introduce your business. Just introduce it, or showcase what's great about you and what you offer, or teach customers and clients how you do something new. Teach them something, like I'm doing here, maybe. So it's all about showcasing, introducing your business, maybe teaching, whatever you're comfortable with. It's worth saying we've got various different business owners that we work with, each of them different in their own way. Some aren't comfortable using YouTube, so we've obviously helped them with just introducing their business via YouTube. They don't do much of the work themselves, but they're just getting in front of new people via YouTube. And those are maybe for kind of shy business owners. We've got a couple of, off the top of my head, we've got a locksmith that just didn't want to get onto YouTube at all, but we helped him, and he's on there and he's reaping those rewards. But then we've got other people that love doing it. I mean, we know someone that now runs classes every week, and the impact that's making on her business is phenomenal. So, we talked about e-commerce last week. I want to talk about this new channel of advertising you could go down. It is completely free if you want it to be free. And if you want to reach more people, you can pay for ads on YouTube to reach more people. Again, it's pay per click. It's really cheap. It's really easy to use. YouTube has over 2 billion monthly users. And these users watch 1 billion hours of video per day. 1 billion hours of video per day. YouTube is the most popular video TV channel out there in the world. It remains the world's largest pastime. And it is growing. It's growing still. Globally, video will be 82% of all consumer traffic by 2021. Let that middle stat just sink in there. Video will be 82% of all consumer traffic by 2021. We've all talked about Google, Bing, search, and you're all probably doing pretty well with those platforms and channels now. But have you overlooked YouTube? So think about the power of YouTube and what we're seeing at the moment, but certainly 82% of consumer traffic. Over 90% of consumers say they've discovered new products and brands on YouTube. 90% of consumers say they've found new products, businesses on YouTube. These are huge numbers that I wanted to highlight. Now, I want to just ask Lakeisha a question, if Lakeisha can unmute herself maybe, but if she's there. Lakeisha?
Yeah, Matt.
Hi, Lakeisha. Hi, I just wanted to get your thoughts. As an average consumer, can you remember the last time that you found a business or a brand through YouTube? Have you, been on YouTube just, as a pastime and discovered a brand via YouTube that you didn't know about, for example? Has that happened to you?
Yeah, my new facial that I use. So my new facial products, that was YouTube, ads, I think, came through. They obviously knew what I'd been searching for before. It came up, completely new product. I had that spare time because I was on YouTube. Yeah. So it works in that, it works great in the sense of you browsing on YouTube when you've got the spare time. If it was any other time, if it was on another platform, I'd have skimmed past it because I just didn't have the time. I made a mental memory, researched on it, and I actually ended up ordering it. So
okay.
Tea tree oil, guys, it's great for your skin.
Oh yeah, no, I've heard of that. Lakeisha, we haven't practiced this presentation, guys, at all. You can have Lakeisha. I've thrown you in. Yeah, I've thrown you in here at the last second, but I wanted to ask Lakeisha that question because I knew, even though I've not asked her that question before, but I knew that she'd be saying yes because every single person I asked that question to says yes, whether it be technology, like some of our guys at head office, very sort of geeky in a good way, and they all told me that they'd found new tech, whether it be I think it was something for the car to help the iPhone or something. Someone said, and it's all through YouTube. Lakeisha said she's found facial stuff through YouTube, beauty beauty treatments and skincare and things like that. So that's another industry that I didn't mention, but it's a powerful one for YouTube. I myself found, there's a particular TV that I've been looking, and I found a TV, ironically, on YouTube that there was an ad for it, and it was, and it's got me. I'm going to get it because I'm bought into it now. But there's so many different products and services. Even if you're, like I say, a plumber, a builder, I'm on YouTube and I've got an issue with, I don't know, my window or painting or something, and I'm trying to how-to videos. We've all done how-to videos, haven't we? We've all looked at how those how-to videos and tried to do it ourselves. Well, that's where your ad as a builder would appear on those videos. So it's incredibly targeted to the right users, to the right people at the right time. Even more so than Google search. So this is why YouTube is so powerful, because your video, your business can appear at the right time, at the right moment. Users spend more than an hour a day on average watching YouTube on mobile, and that is growing. That is actually growing. This is Google, this is data straight from Google as well. And that was actually from 2017, so it's grown even more since then. What we want to do is help you create a home for your business on YouTube. And if you've already got a home on YouTube for your business, then this will still help, because we're going to show you how to optimize that home and to get found and to get noticed on YouTube. But we need to at least create a home for your business on YouTube. And it's all about just getting started with that free presence, with signing into your business account on YouTube. So make sure you go to YouTube, sign in with your business account, select to use a business or other name, and just follow the prompts to create a new channel. So I've got the 3 points there on screen. Sign in, select use a business or other name, and follow the prompts. And now you'll all get a recording of this later on, and if I'm going too quick, which I usually do, then obviously just watch it back on recording. But for this particular webinar, I'm definitely going to upload it to YouTube as well. I'm going to upload it to YouTube, which will appear on our website, infoserve.com/help-hub. And on the help-hub page, you'll find this video. You'll be able to pause and rewind and fast forward the bits that you want to, because I know when we send the recording out via this webinar, it doesn't allow you to rewind, but certainly we're going to put this up on our website so you can pause and rewind. By the way, make sure you're using a business account, not your personal account. I've got some tips at the bottom left there. Some of them, I've just stolen that little box from Google. In fact, it does say learn more there, but it was linking me to a place on Google. But I took that little quick tip from Google. I was searching high and low for some tips. But it did say to use your business account, not your personal account, when getting started. Now, in terms of building a YouTube channel, the home for your business on YouTube, you need to look for inspiration. Make sure you pick a category that best matches what you'll feature in your videos. So what are you going to have your videos centered around? Well, make sure you select the right category that best matches that you're going to put in your videos. In terms of building that channel, step 2, so after you've selected the category, step 2 would be identify the best practices for your category. So ask yourself these questions. When you're viewing other channels, what type of content is on this channel that you could leverage for your business? So basically, I'd recommend that you look at other channels, other people that are doing something similar to get some inspiration. And this is what we would do as part of our research when we're setting up a channel for a business owner. So if you want us to do this for you, obviously we are here, we can do this for you. Shouldn't take us more than 2 hours, I'd say. So, it would just be a 2-hour job, really. We could do this within, but it's all about making sure that you get the right kind of content and categories. Basically, you need to make sure you're picking the right category. What audience does this channel aim to reach? Ask yourself those questions. And this is all to do with picking the right category. The tip I got, though, at the bottom left, it might be a bit small for you to read, but the tip says take a look at the autocomplete results on YouTube searches. So what we're typing into YouTube on the right here is quilting. It's obviously it's for quilting you can do with machines. You can, for beginners, can learn how to do quilting for patterns and etc. etc. But take a look at the autocomplete results on that when you're typing that in. So you start typing in your category onto YouTube just to do a bit of research. Start typing that keyword category, and by typing it in, it will come up with some predictions, and that will help you identify common themes and trends to inspire your channel. So that will help you identify the kind of things like, for example, quilting tutorial, quilting videos, quilting patterns, quilting for beginners, and so on. That's the kind of stuff you want to be centering your categories and keywords around, if that's what the vertical you're in. Again, I said that I have highlighted the people watching this on recording, and if you're joining us live, you get to ask us any question. Lakeisha, keep an eye on the chat, because give me a shout if there's any questions coming up. But you can watch this obviously on recording, because it's going to be nice to take this in and pause where you need to. When you're building your channel, we need to introduce your business to viewers, to potential people. Okay, so what we'd recommend is having a channel trailer, okay? And that's where you're going to tell people about your business and your channel. And, for those of you that are kind of extroverts, I suppose, this is what I think hopefully you might enjoy doing. Just get your mobile phone, stick it on the worktop, put it on a stand or something if you can, or your laptop or whatever it may be. You can use any device really easily. Hit record and just stand back and just say a few words. Introduce your business, and tell people what you do. And remember to include the benefits, right? Remember to talk about what's the benefit of someone using your business? What's the result of them using your business? How are they going to feel? And mention that in your trailer, because you need to stand out from the competition. But that's all about the channel trailer, and that trailer will go at the top of your, you can set that as a trailer to go, and it will automatically then go at the top of your channel. Okay, so when anyone lands on your channel, that's probably the first thing they're going to want to watch. And then you're going to have sections underneath that. So you want to be organizing your videos by product or theme and highlight any featured content. So you can actually organize your different videos in your channel sections. So that's kind of the basics in terms of the layout of the channel. So you've got your trailer, you've got your different sections. On this particular example, it says quilt. You won't be able to see it. It's quite small, but she's got the channel introduction, the trailer, and then underneath it, the first section is quilt tutorials, and you can obviously watch your tutorials in there. A quick tip again, add a website link and other pages to your About tab. So you'll have an About tab. You'll all recognize the kind of thing I'm talking about there. On your Facebook page, you've got an About tab. On your Google My Business page, you've got an About tab. Well, on your YouTube channel, you'll also have an About tab. Make sure you add a website link and any other website pages on there as well, because what that will do is drive more potential customers to your business. So make sure you get your web link in your About. And one of the things that we find, I think you might, if any of you struggle with graphic design or things like Photoshop, just give us a shout. We can build these images and graphics for you. So you can see on the right-hand side, there's like a cover image, and then there's the company logo and channel name. Well, the cover banner, or the channel banner, I'd recommend some graphic design in that. Of course, you can just put a photo in there. You can just put some images, but I'd recommend getting a graphic designer to do that for you. Your web designer might be able to do that, for example. Or if you're struggling, just like I say, drop onto our website, infoserve.com, fill in a contact form, just saying, hey, can you design me a graphic for YouTube? Can you help me get set up on YouTube? And we'll reach out to you. So we can make sure that you have a channel banner, customize that, and make it represent your business. Remember, colors, branding, font, it's got to be consistent to your website. Everything's got to match up. You can actually show different layouts to new viewers and returning subscribers. So anyone that's new to your channel, you can actually show a unique view, a layout to them. And anyone that's returning to your channel, well, for example, they don't have to watch a trailer every time. You can actually have a different setting for new and returning subscribers. How cool is that? Has everyone done this before?
Can
Sorry?
I just interrupt you there? Sorry, we've
Yep.
got a question. So I have 2 brands currently. Would I need 2 YouTube channels?
2 brands, is that? Yeah. So what are the 2 brands? Are they the same, offering the same service, similar service? Are they related? I'm not sure who that was, but if it's similar and related, then maybe just 1 channel would do the trick. But yeah, I have seen, plenty of times where there's 2 channels for the 2 brands. So for example, but one way of getting around that would be to use your sections. Remember the channel sections here? So you can have, if you can have maybe like a main brand, a parent name for the channel. Somehow have like 1 overall channel and a name just representing the whole thing. And under your channel sections, you would have sections for 1 brand and then a section for the other brands. So you could actually split out 1 channel for the 2 different brands. But if they are very, very different, then yes, you could consider 2 channels and have them looking and and sounding very different indeed. But yeah, that's a good question. But like I say, sections, just to show that sections thing. Sections should help you, because you can also have playlists, guys, as well. So there's a tab for playlists, and I've seen it before where someone's got the locksmith service playlist, and then they've got commercials. So they work with commercial businesses as well, and they've got a whole different playlist, whole different section for the other part of the business, and it's even a different brand name. So after you've customized your channel with the graphics, after you've done those graphics, write helpful descriptions for your videos. And this is really important. And I really wanted to highlight this on the webinar because it's often an overlooked area. So it's all about when you've put your video on your channel. By the way, I'm going to be at the end of this. I'm going to leave you with a link. I've got a link for you to, it's a Google walkthrough on how to actually create a good video, what you need to do to get set up to start creating videos. That's a separate thing. So I'm going to give you that link in a few minutes. But once you've got your video on your channel, put descriptive and searchable content first. What do we mean by searchable content? So it's going to be those kind of keywords that we were referring to earlier. So when you're on YouTube, and this particular example was search for quilting, okay? And then when you start searching for things like quilting, it came up with all those predictive searches like how to, quilting for beginners. Well, those kind of other keywords, that's the kind of stuff you want to mention at the top of your description. So put that searchable content first. Add extra information and links if needed. So channel descriptions, social media links, you can put stuff on there. You can give viewers more detail about your video and your business. So you can write a bit of description in this area, but certainly at the top and in the first sort of part of your description, put that kind of searchable content. So let's just see what you might not be able to read what this example is, but it's saying this is an ad we are running for our quilters daily deal. The link she's pointing out, and she's got a link to a website, to actually a landing page on her website right at the top of that description. So yes, you can obviously put landing page links. The first few sentences of your description will appear on YouTube search results. So that's a really important point I wanted to stress, is that so the reason why you put the most important content at the top, and it's the same on Google My Business as well, but the first few sentences appear on Google, on YouTube search results. So make sure you have clear call to action, obviously call to action being CTA. So get your call to actions at the top, get your searchable content at the top, and make sure customers can find you as well. And that's what we're doing here. We've uploaded the video. It is important to include searchable video titles and descriptions. Make it easy for people to find your video. Like I said, even if they're not specifically looking for it. Okay, so in this particular example, it says the world's most comfy mattress. So there's, they're using their imagination to come up with a really good title there in the YouTube video. And that will get found, and if someone's not specifically looking for a mattress, Okay, that video might still get found when someone's searching the words, comfy, the words comfy, and related keywords. Well-written descriptions with the right keywords can really boost your views and watch time. It will help your video show up in the search results. So this is going back to that description with the right keywords. It's all coming up in the search results, you see. So it can really get your video in front of thousands of people, hundreds of people, depending on how big, you want it to be. And use common search terms like how to or review. Okay, so it's a good way to get more viewers. So using common search terms like how to and review in those descriptions, in those titles, it's a big tip. That is a big tip. We're giving away all of our secrets, guys. This is what we're doing here. We're giving away all of our secrets. And we said back in April, May, June, that we want to go above and beyond to help small businesses at this time. Well, we're back into lockdown. I don't think it's affecting, I'm hoping it's not affecting people too much. I think there is obviously a bit of an impact, but this time around, I think people are more prepared for this lockdown. Businesses have got set up in the right way. We're all a little bit more confident this time around. But we're, like I say, I've said it in the emails, we're stepping up this webinar at the moment to make sure that we're really delivering valuable content to you guys. We do all this, obviously, for many businesses. It might require monthly work as well. As you can imagine, that's agency style marketing. I'm giving all this information away for free for small business owners because we just want to help. That's ultimately our goal here. So make sure that you write searchable. Yes,
Matt,
Lakeisha.
I'm going to interrupt you again. I've got
You're
another
always
question
interrupting
for
me.
you. I know, sorry. Another question. Well, what about subtitles on the video if being watched on silent? Subtitles, I think, are so important for this because a lot of the time people, well, not so much now, but on the train or the bus, you're watching it. So you're distracted by other noise. So subtitles, first of all, are very important. But we've got a question on the back of that, how to put subtitles on. So how would they put subtitles on the video?
Okay, well, without... it's a good question, actually, but unless I go into it and have a channel ready to show you, unfortunately, I don't, because this is more of a presentation style. I'd like to maybe pick that up one-to-one if possible, because it is a bit trickier to just show or explain. But you can do it. I mean, Lakeisha, are you familiar with? I don't know if you want to have a search in the background. Maybe you might find a screen. If you do a little search, you might find an example screen that we can show everyone in the background. But it is possible to do. If we can't find anything on this webinar, then just have a little look on YouTube. Maybe even just do a Google search for that, because sometimes you just get the results in Google. But if you want any help, just drop us a note and we'll certainly give you a call. Even Lakeisha can drop you a call afterwards if needs be, and Lakeisha will speak to our PPC team, the YouTube ads team, basically InfoServe. So when writing searchable titles, there's a few tips on screen here. I'm not going to go through all of these tips because this is good for you guys just to read when you're watching this back, maybe. But kind of the most important things is do keep it under 45 characters if you can. It's a bit like your title tag on your website. And so this is why I just think this content that we're showing you is so important. Remember, 82% of consumers are going to be going through YouTube to find businesses, products, services. So this title here, the title of your video is up there with your website title tag in terms of the power, the impact it will have on search results. So keep it under 45 characters. Remember, you've got the kind of categories and keywords in that title, and you've done your research. You're using things like tutorial, review, I don't know off the top of my head, but those kind of keywords. So we've mentioned the tutorial thing. And one thing we did, guys, in our own webinar videos, we did label them as a kind of a series webinar. We had a clear label on the titles as it being webinar. So you can label the brand or the series if needed. That's the bottom image there. So that's what they've got. Like, it helps people find similar videos and identify similar videos, because what they'll do is they'll go to YouTube and there's, you may have push this on your website. You may have pushed these videos on your email marketing. You don't just want to rely on YouTube. You need to push these out via email, via your website. And people will go to YouTube and search. You know, they'll start doing that search, like Tuft and Needle presents, or they'll search ships in a small box series. You know, that's their series, ships in a small box. And, you know, that's coming up when they do that search on YouTube. They'll see all of the videos that you've labeled with ships in a small box, for example. You know, if someone types into YouTube InfoServe webinars, in an ideal world, I don't know if it's going to happen actually, but we would have all of our InfoServe webinars coming up in the search results. Tags are very important as well, guys. Really important to use tags. Again, include keywords from your title. So use those keywords from your title. A mix of general and specific tags throughout, right, to really describe the video. And if you really want to check out some tools to find some good popular keywords that you could use for tags, well, Google Trends and the Google Ads Keyword Planner. I think the Keyword Planner is a little bit advanced, so I would just maybe have a look at Google Trends, or just, you know, you can start doing that search on YouTube and find those kind of predictive searches. But basically, you need to identify popular keywords, and that's what we do as well when we're setting up videos for people. We do that keyword research, advanced keyword research, and we'll be looking for what are the most popular keywords for that particular video that we could use, and that helps the video get found and discovered and drive traffic. Ultimately, it drives business, and that's why we've seen increases in many of the businesses that we've worked with have seen increase in revenue on the back of using YouTube. So this all looks like a lot of work, but actually it doesn't take long. Yeah, but to be absolutely honest with you, I wasn't really big on YouTube before this year. I left that to other guys to sort of work out and deal with in the company. And I wasn't really that focused on YouTube until we started doing webinars. And when I started doing webinars, I just did all this. It was myself and one of the other guys would just upload the videos, put the tags in, put the keywords in. And a couple of guys helped, and then it was really easy. It took maybe 5 minutes to do each time, literally 3 to 5 minutes. But the impact was huge. The amount of searches we suddenly got by adding in keywords. So focus on information focus on information not communicated in your title and description. Think about how you search on YouTube. This is for the tags. Think about how you search on YouTube always. And here we go about the video bit. Make a video that you would want to watch. Okay, so it's got to be a video that you would want to watch. It's got to be something, for example, think about what would you want to, would you want to feature in your video, and what's the story you'd want to tell. So make it interesting. How can you best capture the sights and sounds of your video? Think about all of these things, like how can you capture all these, visuals and sounds? And once you've got everything done, what's the best way to edit it? If you want to edit it, you don't even have to edit it, guys. You could just put a rough video together and get it out there. I mean, that's essentially what we're doing now. Is we've not practiced this, and we're just throwing this together. And if it's good enough, then it's fine. You don't have to perfect everything. But if you want some help on videos and making a video that fits your marketing strategy, I've got a link for you. But what I'll do is I'll pop this link into the webinar as well, because it's a bit harsh asking everyone to write that link down. I'll stick that link right at the top of the webinar, and you can find that in the top of the chat. Obviously, if you're watching this on playback, you can pause it and just make a note of that. We're getting towards Lakeisha's top tips. Slightly behind on time, Lakeisha, but we usually allow an hour anyway. We often have finished at 12, Lakeisha, so we've got plenty of time. But we're getting to your top tips in a moment. Again, just feel free to interrupt if there's anything you want to say. Creative best practices. Just in terms of creating that video, I've got just 4 things I want to say. In terms of creating a video, and this really applies to a lot of marketing that you're doing. Capture your audience's attention from the start, right? Make sure, and we've said this before in previous webinars, make sure those first couple of seconds get the hook. Okay, so make sure you capture someone's attention within the first couple of seconds. They usually say within 6 seconds if you can. So, capture the audience's attention right at the start. What is a powerful hook? I mean, if we had more time, I'd ask the audience, what do you guys think is a powerful hook for your business, or kind of videos that you could do? So, for example, if it's a how-to video and you're an estate agent, just randomly think off the top of my head, your how-to videos, how to find the perfect home. Be like, hi there, my name's Matt. I'm going to not even that's a bit fluffy, actually. Just get straight into it. Hi there, I'm going to show you how to find the perfect home at the right price. And then, things like that. Carry on your video. The brand. Introduce your brand and product and try to show it in a natural way, but don't overdo it. Remember, we always say 80-20. 20% is talking about your brand. 80% is helping people and adding value. Always, be careful, and do it in a natural way. Hopefully that should just come natural to most people anyway. I'm sure most of you don't like to show off too much about. I mean, I don't like to talk about InfoServe too much and the products and services. I just think it's too pushy. If you want to discover who InfoServe are, you just jump onto our website. But self-discovery really. But introduce your brand and product and make sure it's in a natural way and connect. Explore ways to connect and reach with your audience. So, for example, would that be through humor, suspense? There's different ways that you can connect. How are you going to do that? Personally, I like the humor thing. I would genuinely put more humor into these webinars, but I feel like I need to be more professional. So we that's the way we do it. But it's a bit of fun. Try to kind of play around with things. I've been watching someone that's been doing webinars recently for the business. I'm not going to mention who, and it's very good content, very, very helpful content. Their webinars are very helpful in terms of how-to guides and how you can do things yourself. You don't even need to use their business to do it. The thing that's missing is just a bit of light humor and fun, and it's just an often overlooked thing. And just like laughter, really, and smiling and personal stories. If that person just added those things in, it would really just, for me, be the perfect presentation. But it's working anyway. But I'm just, that's a good way to really connect with your audience. And obviously, we all know about these YouTube vloggers and people that are, doing videos about their lives. Well, it's that personal. It does work, an insight into someone's personal experience. And the fourth one is just direct, basically. Give viewers, be direct and give viewers clear call to action so they know what to do next. And that is really important. It's making sure that make it easy for people to take action. Make it easy for people to use you as a business. Where do they go next? What do they do? I hold my hands up, actually, at the beginning of doing all these webinars in March, April. We had all these kind of landing page links, multiple landing, like you can go here for this, you can go here for that, or if you just want to speak to us, do this. In the end, just go to infoserve.com. That's my call to action. Just go to InfoServe. We've made it more simple and clear and easy. Just jump onto infoserve.com, fill in a contact form, ring the number, whatever you want to do. But we'll get the message if you do that. We'll get the message within 20, 30 seconds, to be honest. So give people a very clear call to action. Okay, so when it comes to your YouTube channel and your content, you need to start pushing that out into other areas as well. Use your blog, your website blog. Use social media, remember, to say, hey, I've just done a video, or check out my YouTube channel. Email marketing is a really good way of pushing the videos and the channels. You need to make sure you're not just putting your eggs all into one basket. Think about the multi-channel approach. We call it multi-channel. So your website, social media, email, blogs. There's other things, ads as well. And talking of ads, the best thing about YouTube is once you've got to grips with it, once you're comfortable, or if you're using an agency, of course, like us, we would just get this going pretty quickly. Ads are very powerful. They help you connect with people who matter to you. It's really powerful audience targeting, as you can imagine, for YouTube. So ads are just a pay-per-click. It's YouTube ads. So after 7 months of webinars, one thing we haven't looked at massively is YouTube ads, which is similar to Google ads, but it's ads that appear on YouTube. But the audience targeting is so powerful. Of course, you can target people who are looking on other videos for how-to guides, or they're maybe looking at holidays. You're an estate agent, they may be looking at I don't know, Cyprus and local area, and your ad comes up. Really powerful stuff. You only pay, of course, when someone watches the ad as well. So when someone watches the ad, you only pay when someone chooses to watch it for at least 30 seconds. There's cases where we can have it where they have to watch it for at least 30 seconds before it even costs you a penny. How incredible is that? So YouTube ads can be really good. See how you're doing through insights. The insights are really cool as well with YouTube ads. You get to see, age groups, the ages of people, the demographics, what videos they've been watching, the types of, so you learn pretty quickly after a month or two what other types of videos people have been watching to find your ad. And so that new audience is waiting for you if you want it. And it's just another channel that many businesses haven't considered or used. And if you really want to get ahead of your competition and really want to take your business to another level, again, we've helped many businesses grow and grow, and we've seen amazing stories. And if you really want to get ahead and really, all of you are passionate about your own business. I know that for certain, but putting this effort in, whether it is just creating a channel, creating videos, it will stand you out from the competition. You'll just get a step ahead of everyone else. And if I was running a business, I would certainly be putting my time, any spare time I've got, no walks, no more enjoying life. All about, I'm only joking, but all about putting it into the areas, the big stuff. Google search ads, YouTube, social media, email marketing, website optimization. Those are the kind of the big heavy hitters that I'd be putting all of my effort into. And if it means paying an agency, and I never normally say this, but if it does mean paying someone, like InfoServe, like anyone you decide to go to, it is money well spent. Because if you haven't got the time, because time is money to a business owner, and if you haven't got that ability to do this, then let someone else do it, an agency. Because if you hire someone to do this, it's going to cost you probably £18,000 minimum a year, 18,000, whatever, absolute minimum annually for someone to do this. So I would recommend an agency. It's a few £100 a month probably. It's going to be a lot more effective. But that leads us on to nicely in terms of finishing the YouTube discussion and the tips there in YouTube. I think this is now, we're putting together a kind of seasonal approach, seasonal tips, and Lakeisha's going to wrap it up here with some big sort of tips in terms of how you can set marketing objectives. So Lakeisha, I'll hand it over to you as I stop my screen sharing, and take it away.
Cool. Hi, everyone. So what I would probably say, definitely say, is devise a new Christmas marketing plan. That doesn't mean scrap everything you've done for the past 10, 11 months. This is a subsidiary marketing plan because, things are going to be changing, trends are, So if if you're offering different products or services and one more popular this time of the year, then that's the one that you're wanting to promote. As well as this, I would say set shorter term goals. You can use the SMART acronym to do this, so specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. That'll just help you stay on track of this new marketing plan that you've created. And then as well as that, you'll need to identify and produce different assets. So new product pictures, descriptions. This also works for services as well, obviously. Ad copy, so you want it to be more seasonal. And landing pages, especially if you're running different ads or campaigns, you want your landing pages to all connect and be on the same trend and theme of this new marketing plan, this Christmas seasonal marketing plan that you're creating. And it is so important to monitor this so you can see how your new marketing plan shapes up against the new goals that you have set. So it's almost like taking the year into a mini bubble and doing everything you've been hitting home with for the whole year, for the last sort of quarter, couple of months.
Oh, sorry, Lakeisha. I think so. Yeah, very really good point. I got that. I think did everyone hear that last point there, Lakeisha? I think there might have been an audio issue just on that last point. If you just really in a nutshell summarize that last point. Sorry, Lakeisha. I think there
where did I get to? What?
Just those that last sentence, basically.
So just monitoring your trends. Not only is this good for following years and seeing how your seasons, creating your own data and analysis trends, but it's good to see how your new marketing plan has shaped up against the new goals that you have set for yourself. That's what I would recommend, really. Also, on the back of what we've gone through in the whole webinar with Matt, I know a lot of people may be wondering what sort of content to create. So it's always good to have in mind regular, engaging and educating. If you've got regular content, you're constantly coming up at the forefront of pages or searches. Engage, so you want to come across approachable and friendly. That might be in your comments or sharing it around, and educating. Who are you? What do you do? That alone, they may not even be interested in your product or service initially, but they'll come across your video and just think, oh, you have a bit of a stalk into this, and then they'll get deeper into what you do. So that should be useful too.
Definitely.
Could you hear that all okay?
Yeah, no, absolutely. All good. So, yeah, I fully agree. So it's all about devising that Christmas marketing plan. But setting those goals, they're smart objectives. There's some good points there. Maybe 4 points there, I think it was, Keisha. 4 points.
3
maybe.
Yeah.
I've got. Yeah, I was just going to say a question in terms of as we go into the new year. In terms of you're monitoring your results, for example. So you're monitoring those results, as you said. It's useful data. To see those trends. How do you adjust? What do you do with those results? How do you adjust your marketing? Do you adjust the spend? Do you adjust? What is it that you look at?
It's all dependent on the situation, so it is hard to say. If you see, it may be adjusting your spend in a particular campaign. So if you're offering a range of products or services, you're obviously going to input more spend into the particular one that has showed more interest, more peak. The ones that haven't, it may be adjusting keywords or style or content to then get that at the same level. But it also helps for your sort of annual budgets as well, because you can see how much spend you had December 2020 compared to 21, or for your first quarter of 21, you may use that as okay, so in December we were up here with these, and actually we then want January, February, March to be like that.
Yeah, so and if there's one tip, one thing that you could give everyone, the most important thing you think everyone should look at as we go to Christmas and come into the new year, maybe beyond, looking at new marketing budgets. But is there one thing that you would say, to at this particular time as well, obviously it's another lockdown. Is there anything that comes to mind that, your sort of biggest thing you could sort of highlight?
Don't become lenient. So a lot of the time people automatically have this mindset of it's Christmas presents or wrapping up the year. People are going to spend. That's not the case. Well, it is the case. They are going to spend. However, a lot of businesses have that same mindset. Therefore, you want to make sure that you're coming up above them and you're staying competitive. So it's a very, very good time to increase budgets, because your competition is higher than ever. You may have your product that's floating through the whole year and competition is stagnant, but this time of the year, every business around knows that there's a lot of people interested in what you're doing, in particular in such a short space of time. So you just want to be at that forefront.
And you didn't catch the previous couple of webinars actually, so it's good that you say that, because I was also saying that in the last couple of weeks, in that at this time of year many business owners think I'm gonna dial down on the marketing, and in some cases search, we should consider Google Trends. I'm just putting my mug down there. So Google Trends, guys, is something you should all be looking at, and it ties in with what Lakeisha's saying in terms of competition. Just all you do is you go to Google, search Google Trends. There is a URL, but it's probably sometimes easier just to Google it. And at this time of year, some traffic can can decline. Make sure you're looking at United Kingdom on this, by the way, because it defaults to US. So yeah, as we go through to where are we? December, which is around here. You can see for an estate agent, just as an example, I don't know why I keep using estate agents, but traffic is at its probably one of its lowest. I mean, ignore this bit here because this was COVID. But as we looked at last year, you know, the traffic is always lowest in December, and a lot of businesses like this will think, well, I'm going to dial back on my marketing. And I've been saying in the previous webinars, no, increase your marketing, do more, because many businesses are switching off their marketing, thinking they need to stop because if they're closed over Christmas, why would they need to advertise? Well, you've got the consumer journey. Look, there are people searching on Christmas Day, even and Boxing Day. There are people looking. I think this is a percentage. This is basically a percentage thing. But there are people searching. 40% compared to where it goes up to 100%, obviously. But there are people doing those searches. Now, what do you want to do? Do you want to miss out on those searches? Because as soon as you sort of lower budgets and switch things off or pause something, then you do miss out on these, what I think are the best converting searches. These are people that are serious. If they're searching on, Boxing Day for an estate agent, for example, then wow, they're at home, they're bored, they have got serious intent. They are serious about looking for an estate agent to rent or buy a property. So you need to come up. You need to come up first, and you need to come up first every single time, every single search. You need to dominate those searches, and that by dominating searches, by being at the top, that will cost the same as when you're advertising at peak time, because at peak time, it's incredibly difficult to appear at the top of anything all the time. You'll only be coming up, certain parts of the day for a certain percentage of searches. But at the quiet times, it is your opportunity to dominate the internet and be that person that people see. And look, those searches increase very, very quickly into the new year. Those searches increase anyway.Ed here, they're starting that journey. And then later on, they may be only contacting you sort of end of January, end of Jan for an estate agent, for example. They won't even contact you in the first week of January because so much is going on, going back to work. And then sort of mid-Jan, we start to get a bit like, I need to catch up I need to get the admin sorted. Now I'm going to contact that, the estate agent. So it's all about the consumer journey. As Lakeisha says, keep the marketing at a high. And I'm a big fan of Apple, guys. I'm going to end on this one. But I don't know if you saw, but yesterday Apple decided to do their third major presentation of the year. And in all the years I've seen Apple doing marketing, I just love marketing. So I really take a close look at what Apple do with their marketing. It's so good. Apple have done their third one. I've never seen them do 3 major presentations in 1 year. They've decided to do that in one of the most difficult year in our lifetime. That Apple have decided to do more marketing than ever before. They're going absolutely crazy with new products. They're spending more on marketing than what they've ever done. And this is during a pandemic. What is it, even a recession? We don't know, but it's really difficult times for many people. Yet they've decided, we're going to launch, we're going to develop our own chip and make our own MacBook. Now they used to use Intel, basically, guys. So they used to use PC Intel chips, for example. Now they've actually developed their own chip. It's like 3 times faster than the typical PC, and they've decided to do that now, which is mind-blowing. And that's because they know what they're doing when it comes to marketing. It's a quiet time for them, and they're saying, let's do more. Let's go crazy with marketing. So that's the biggest tip. Lakeisha's tied in nicely with Lakeisha's. Lakeisha, thank you so much for your tips there and really good input. I just wanted to, I thought it was good to introduce you today, Lakeisha, because some of the guys watching this, some of the people watching this webinar will maybe want to reach out to you separately and, speak to you or speak to the team. Sure. So you're available, aren't you, if anyone wants to speak to you?
I'm here in this seat on the other side of the screen.
Yeah, you're going to be there in West Yorkshire. Nice,
most
you know,
welcome.
lovely. Not in the office, of course, which is the right thing, isn't it? All right, so I'll say to everyone, you know, again, stay safe and have a great day. And we'll see you next Wednesday at 11 a.m. And maybe Lakeisha's probably hopefully enjoyed this, so she might want to join again next week. It's easy, isn't it, Lakeisha? So we'll maybe do it next week. All right. Bye, everyone. Thanks again. Bye, Lakeisha.
Bye. See you later,
Bye.
Matt. Bye.